just when I think I'm having a good day, my friend literally sends me this.
Simulated gravity, you need to release the new Sussy Spaceman update by November, or I will come to your house and I will destroy the device that you use to make updates to Sussy Spaceman.
Yeah, so obviously I wasn't exactly too thrilled by this information. I mean, like, what kind of a person just threatens somebody to... Right, Alright guys, so in today's video, I'm going to be making an update to my favorite I can't do this. Sussy Spacemen. In case you have no clue what Sussy Spacemen is, and you think I'm just saying random nonsense, Sussy Spacemen is a game I made. And, it's not of the highest quality. Basically, it's a first-person puzzle game. So, your goal is to solve puzzles, and to bring your cube friend, or another player if you actually are rich enough to buy a controller, to the end of the level. So in this game there are cubes, buttons, and doors. Now, that's basically in every first-person puzzle game. So what really makes this game interesting is the use of colors. It's not exactly genius, but basically, red stuff can only be activated by red stuff, blue stuff can only be activated by blue stuff, and purple, of course, activates everything, because unless you're like really stupid, you know that purple is a combination of blue and red. Now let's take a brief moment to talk about these doors. You see, their coding wasn't exactly the best. Here you can see the script for moving the door, and the red stuff is the old code, and the green stuff is the new code. Yeah, not exactly fantastic coding from past me, but hey, at least I'm better now. The thing is, I realized that this new code actually allows me to move the door in more directions than just left and right, which means now I could move the door up if I wanted to. Which made me realize that actually looks really cool. So, from now on, all doors will go up. And to make them a little cooler, I added some texturing and gave them a sound effect. And while that closing sound may sound like it's a sound I downloaded offline or something, believe it or not, that's just the sound of me shifting my computer on my mouse mat. So, do with that information what you will. Now, one thing this game is missing is branding. And I don't mean like in real life. I mean like in-universe branding. Seriously. Like, whose testing facility are we at in this game anyways? This isn't just some natural geological formation. Somebody needs to have built this thing. So I need to come up with a name for a company and some logos and stuff, which is gonna be real fun. Well, that was fast. Okay, well, here's the thing I made. I decided to call the company, Chroma, because colors and stuff. It makes sense, okay? Just follow me here. So, I guess we just gotta plaster this across all of the levels? Just to really nail in the idea that you are at Chroma's testing facility. Alright, check it out. There's the logo on the doors, and the logo's on the cubes, and it actually says blue. And check this out. Now it says red, which is great. So I didn't really add the logo to anything else because I don't want to completely oversaturate the levels with this same picture everywhere, because that would look absolutely hideous.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no.
Well, now we've improved doors, and we've improved cubes, which means you know what comes next. Buttons. Because as they say, it's button time. Actually, nobody says that. Well, either way, we gotta work on these things. They're pretty ugly, and they don't do anything. So I think most importantly, we gotta fix the issue where just stepping on and off the button plays the opening sound. This can be fixed pretty easily. I just have to add a counter. As you can see, it adds one when something goes on, and removes one when something comes off. Pretty simple, and it should work. I don't think the door is closing anymore. Oh, it's because of inheritance. You see, this isn't just any button, it's a red button, which has a different on-trigger enter function. So, let me just Ctrl-C this in here, and also for the blue button. And now it should work. And now it should work. So I decided to give the buttons an animation, so that when you step on them they actually go down a little. So as you can see, if I walk up to this button and step on it, it goes down a little. But you don't really have the best view of this, so let's switch camera angles. Okay, from here you can clearly see that when the red guy steps on the button goes down. And same thing if we pick up our little sphere friend and place him down. There's only one problem with this, which is that, do I need to explain what's going on here? So there were multiple solutions to this one, but I decided to just make it so that if you're holding the cube, it doesn't press down the button. So this other kind of button told me it was feeling left out. So I decided to make it an animation too. Sadly, I ran out of things to waste my time on, which means I actually have to make levels now. So I've made this level, and one problem I have right now is that I can't really tell you the solution to the puzzle because, well, spoilers, but what I can tell you is that it has this thing called a paintinator, which I made last episode. It paints stuff, and basically I added a green one. So let's say you have a purple cube that can activate everything. Put it in here, and now it's green, so it can only activate green stuff. Yeah, it seems pretty useless, but trust me, I somehow found a way to make it actually useful. Okay, cool. Anyways, if you have a functioning memory, you should remember that this game also has a multiplayer mode. This is a clip of it right now. So basically, I can't just Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V the entire level, because there need to be some differences for multiplayer. So I built this level. I think it's pretty good. And there's one problem with it. It's not actually part of the level itself. It's the fact that when playing this, you have no idea what's going on. Your screen is like half as wide, and you can't see anything. Now I could just increase your FOV, but after a while it just gets unnatural. Which is when I, aka somebody else, had the genius idea of adding a third-person mode to it. And this is just a bad attempt at third person, but it already looks very good. So I guess I'm gonna start making a third person mode now. So to have a functioning camera, I need to have two things. First, I need to make sure that it doesn't just clip through walls. And second, I need the camera to be more dynamic. I don't want it just taped to the back of this person, because that looks actually pretty hideous. So I just wrote up some quick code, and hopefully this should fix up the camera a little bit, and okay, this might take me a while. So now I've written some new code, and as you can see, it works. The camera lags behind the player, it doesn't clip through walls, and I managed to do it in less than 100 lines of code. Now you're probably wondering to yourself now, why didn't you just write the code yourself? And to that I say, I'll get back to you on that one. Alright, so one problem I noticed is that every single time you go to a new level, your player starts off not in third-person mode. So it'd be convenient if the game actually remembered something from the past level so that you don't have to always press F5. Oh, by the way, F5 is the button to go into third-person mode because I just play a little too much Minecraft. So anyways, how are we gonna make it so that the player actually remembers something from one level to the next? Well, it's actually pretty difficult to do, but I'm gonna simplify it for you. So, here you have both levels, level 1 and level 2. If you want to go from level 1 to level 2, you just delete level 1, plop in level 2, and you have a new player that you control. Instead of doing this, we're just gonna delete the level part and keep the player alive, and then just drop in the new player and teleport the player to its starting position. And this means it will save all the data and it will stay in third person. Hopefully. But that's also tricky to do. So to see if it's even possible, first I'm gonna do it with the canvas. And with the canvas, I mean this thing. It's basically the overlay over the screen. So it's things like the menus and stuff. So it's pretty easy to do for this one. All I need to do is make it so that it doesn't destroy when I load a new scene, delete itself if there's already one when it starts up, and then just reset all the values back to normal when I load a new scene. And as you can see, it works, and it didn't totally take me like a really long time to do it. And now it's time to make the players actually work, which is gonna be a lot harder. Alright, I am basically finished with it. All I had to do was make it so that the game manager spawns a new player for each level, then change it so that the player goes from one level to the next, then make it so that the game manager only spawns a new player if there isn't a current player, and yeah, also make it so that the player actually goes to its start position and reset all of the values that need to be resetted. And yeah, I think that's actually just it. Now this took me a long time, but a little life lesson for you. If I didn't try to do this in a bunch of little steps, it would have been straight up impossible. So, plan, people. Anyways, what was I doing earlier? Oh, right, I was making levels. I totally forgot. Well, that's fine. I've got this level, which I'm gonna make it so that, like, there's more parkour in it, like, you gotta go vertically and... Wait a minute. What day is it? Oh, right, Okay, this is kinda bad. I need to get this game released very soon. And I'm not exactly gonna do it last minute, so... I need to get finishing now. Yeah, I do not have the time to make this many levels. Okay, yeah, it's only one, but, like, still, I don't have the time. Which means I'm just gonna have to release it as it is. There are no bugs or weird issues. I fixed them all, so really, this is actually the perfect time to release it. I know one level at a time is kind of boring for the players, but, one day I'm gonna make an update where I actually just add levels. I promise. And I've made a WebGL version and it seems to work. Uploaded it to my site and to itch.io. And one last thing, here's a bunch of bugs I found while playtesting the game. Enjoy, I guess.